What's up? I'm back. Happy to be back too. And I'm back to talk about Sonic. Sonic 3, if that wasn't obvious already, because that's what just came out. This is coming from someone who just recently saw the first two. I didn't watch them when they came out. I wanted to go see the third, and so I was like, hey, let's watch the first two. I really enjoyed the first two. I like that they build the characters. I like that. It's just Sonic at first, then we get Tails and Knuckles introduced in the second one, and now in this third one, we've got Shadow. Now, Shadow, I think, is such a cool character, and I think he's probably one of most people's favorite characters in the Sonic games. I know he's mine. I did play the games a little bit growing up, not a ton. I think I just had one on the GameCube, but I thought the characters were super cool. I know for a little bit I played a game called Shadow the Hedgehog, but I think what's really cool about introducing Shadow into this is it still gives more for Sonic to grow, right? It's kind of like, okay, are these movies going to get repetitive? But I feel like the theme of this movie was really good because Shadow and Sonic mirror each other, right? They look like each other. They don't feel accepted by anyone. But Shadow was really only accepted by one person. She died, and then he didn't really know what to do. He was lost. And so he kind of turned darker. His heart was against the world. I don't want to give away too much. What would have happened to Sonic if he hadn't had anyone or he'd lost his family? And I think that's a very cool idea to explore in this movie. And it also just fits, all the characters just fit so well. I think the CGI characters in these movies are the best. I think they nail Sonic. He's the cockier, he's the funnier. Hedgehog, Shadow's the darker one. Knuckles is the muscles. Tails is the brains. The world feels really good. Jim Carrey is hilarious as always. But that leads me into a little bit of a problem I had with this movie was I feel like there's a little too much Jim Carrey. And maybe that's just me. But I love Jim Carrey, and I think he's really funny. I think his over-the-topness is awesome. Unlike Will Ferrell, I think Will Ferrell's just loud. I think Jim Carrey's silly, which is what makes him actually funny to me. But I think maybe there's a little bit too much in this movie. Just that kind of took away from Shadow a little bit. Shadow doesn't really have any moments until the end of the film, and I think he should have had more to do throughout. But instead they gave a lot more to Dr. Eggman, and it's cool. Dr. Eggman's cool and he's funny, but we've seen a lot of him in the past two movies. We haven't seen Shadow yet, and so I just want to see more of that character. There's not a whole ton to talk about with this movie. Definitely go into it knowing that it's a kids movie. There's silly little kids things that are said, kiddie jokes, and almost every joke is predictable. It's okay, he says that there's no way that they can stop them. Of course there's going to be a way that they can stop them, and then he'll make a joke about it, right? But they do it in a funny way, and the voice actor for Sonic, I think, delivers it really well. I think he makes it funny, and so I end up enjoying these films a lot more than you probably would expect from the Sonic movies. So I'd say if you haven't seen them, if you haven't seen the first two, I'd say watch them. I think they're fun movies, especially if you played any Sonic at all growing up. I think you'll definitely get some enjoyment out of it. And if you've seen Shadow in any of the games, because Shadow is just, he's awesome. And voiced by John Wick, Keanu Reeves. I mean, doesn't get really any cooler than that. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this movie. I think it's a lot of fun. It's not too deep, but the theme is really good. The end of the movie, it kind of made me a little bit emotional. There was a scene between Sonic and Shadow, and I thought it was really great, actually. Really well done. So they still hit you with that heart, still draws you in, but it's just the fun and the laughs for most of the movie, and that's cool. And there's a lot of really cool visuals, too. I forgot to mention that. There's really cool visuals. It's a very pretty movie. The animation just gets more and more refined with every movie. Yeah, especially at the end. There's some pretty sick action scenes. So, yeah. Anyways, I hope to see you guys again soon, and I appreciate anyone who watches this video, and especially if you subscribe. That would be amazing. I just think this is a cool thing to be able to talk about movies, and I would love for you guys to talk back. Talk in the comments. Let me know what you think, because this is something I like to do, face to face with people, and then it's also something I like to do here. So please have that conversation with me. I love it, and yeah, go watch Sonic 3. Peace out.